And
You
we
are
live.
now rocking with A-Town's finest. Do rewind this.
That's his bar, bro.
Yeah,
By the way.
GA co-signed this or some shit. I don't know. I'm
don't
sorry,
remember what he
guys. All right, this is my first attempt at an opening statement.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, round of applause for the God.
Yo, Draft always speaks first and never has an opening line.
That's
ready.
what's so crazy. A nigga just be jumping out there to say nothing. I'm sorry, man.
We should just make noises. Like you just gotta get like gunshot. I see why Joe Buttons goes in with that soundboard. Cause it's like
But that nigga got to shut the fuck up. Shout out to Joe Button though. I fuck with you, dog. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, beat that.
But yeah, we are back once again. We are washed, never washed up, bitches.
You already know, Sean Picard.
And I am Draft, man.
Drinking entirely too much.
Hell yeah, don't you worry, guys. We are drunk early tonight, so it's gonna be a very entertaining podcast.
I don't know if we're gonna get anything accomplished.
Yeah, it's been a long week, man.
Fuck. What's wild is, so it's not even New Year's resolution, but you know what I mean? A new year, new me, I guess.
New Year, same me. Let's go.
Say it. I don't have that type of, like, I never publicly say it, but every once in a while I feel it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it's New Year, bro. It's an opportunity. But I feel that way at the beginning of every week too. So I don't know if it's saying anything. Like
Every day I feel
checkpoint.
like that though.
I think that's the point. You get to it at every day and you really start to make change. It's like the Jordan Peterson shit. It's like you'll clean up your room, work in smaller increments, and you can actually make like bigger change. But anyway, I said New Year, new me, and I was like, damn, bro, I really want to slow up on drinking. And we had our 50th episode. And it was Ace of Spade and Uncle Nearest in the same night.
Yeah, shit was wild, bro.
I don't really remember.
I don't remember much from that night.
Shout out. Cease and Desist, man. My nigga Fred for Cease and Desist hit me and was like, yo, I really fuck with the pod. Y'all niggas be getting fucked up, though.
Goddamn right.
And I was like, bro, for real? And then now, 50 episodes in, 51 at that. Shout out Ichiro.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Ichiro, number 51, man.
We be getting fucked up, so you were right.
I'm a Tokyo giant like Ichiro. I am.
Who said that?
Hove.
Ooh, show you how to do this, son.
Show you how to do this, son. So shout out to my nigga Ichiro. And by nigga, I mean an Asian man.
If you're in the Jay-Z line, bro, you can be called nigga at least
you my
once.
nigga. Shout out to the Punami MC.
Taji, he wasn't even here for that. You realize that? We had that conversation outside. So that
No look past.
Crazy.
No look passes. It's all good. We're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna talk about that.
No look passes. You already know, bro.
We're gonna get into these countries. It's these United States, United Kingdom, Australia.
Yo, let me address it because I think we talked about it with Taji, but I didn't talk about it in depth. I just stopped saying it because I don't want to say shit no more, bro. I'm just gonna leave and niggas is not gonna fuck with me. We'll figure this shit out on the other side. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, all right. I don't know where I left off. I believe it was Australia.
Mute your phone.
Yeah, my bad, man. Australia. Who was texting me during my pod? God damn it.
I told you, bitches.
My brother's texting me right now, so
all of you
maybe
niggas
he'll watch it.
Don't be contemplating my figures.
Yeah. Y'all can sit through while I text this.
Shout out Hayes, man.
All right. Anyway, yeah, so shout out to these United States, United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, Iceland.
Oh, Canada.
Ireland.
Number one black podcast in Iceland. I'm still coming to see you soon.
We might be coming to see you. Germany, Russia, India, France, Finland, Costa Rica, Puerto
Shout out
Rico.
France. Duolingo.
Linguo. Dead? Linguo is dead. All right, it's just for my Simpsons fans. If you know, you know. Romania, Spain, Norway.
Shout out Romania, man.
I was about to call it Ecuador, but now I'm going to call it that.
Yeah, Ecuador.
Ecuador, New Zealand, Denmark, Netherlands. The Netherlands. It just says Netherlands here. I feel like we always put the "the" in front of it. All right, but anyway, Sweden, Singapore, Slovakia, Germany, Italy, Qatar, and Turkey. So Italy apparently moved up a little bit. So shout out to my pizzas.
Turkey, what y'all doing?
Shout out to my,
Sauce monkeys.
Yeah.
Shout out History Hyenas. R.I.P. History Hyenas, man. I'm sad.
Okay, they ended it? Okay.
Yeah, they ended it, bro.
Yeah, but we are back once again, man. It feels good to be back. It feels so good.
You can tell niggas is
Talking
drunk because
like
we
Jay-Z,
enthusiastic.
Hell yeah. I'm loving every moment, B. It's the gods.
Guru, I got you.
I swear to God. Young. I swear to God. But anyway, yeah, man. We're back once again, man. Low-key, I had a really extremely shitty week.
Talk about it.
So I work at a place whose servers are in Texas. So our entire system went down. It's been going down this whole week.
So that's why the beginning of the week shit was so shitty, and you mentioned it. Didn't you talk about that shit on the last pod?
Yeah, my week's just been shitty.
That makes perfect sense, honestly. Yeah. Like while employee discounts was off.
Yep. Yeah, oh yeah, I did talk about that. It's the same shit.
Now look, hey man, we solving these problems in real time.
But yeah. So it's a continuation of the bullshit. It started last week, because of inclement weather, as they say. So it's impacted my day to day, and one thing about my gig I just hate sometimes is like I expect my coworkers to be on my side, but they're not. They're like, man, what the fuck, man? Why is this shit not working? I'm like, motherfucker, like, look at me. Do you think I have controls of things at a big ass company? You think they give a nigga like me, they put me in charge of shit? Like, come on, man.
Yo, when shit roll downhill, the worst place to be is in the middle. Cause it's gonna be a nigga that's gonna be like, yo, we gotta stop this shit. And they're gonna try to stop it. And they may stop it. But you know where it stops? Somewhere in the middle.
Shit at the end, nigga. Like I remember I don't remember who I was listening to that was like talking about how shit rolls downhill. It's like, talking about relationships, like in any kind of relationship. It's like the customer yell at the employee yell at the supervisor get mad at the whole company. Like, so that's pretty much like my whole week in a nutshell. Motherfuckers that I expect to have better sense yell at me. And
chain of command work in reverse when you got problems.
In turn, I always think bigger. It's like, it's not a me thing. Like, that's why I always try to tell people when they like, listen, like, this isn't me, man. I don't control anything. I don't know why you think I'm the puppet master of this shit.
Yeah, but that's also the intellectual approach. You're talking to it from somebody who's actually thinking about, like, you care about the problem enough because there's a certain level of responsibility.
But we all got the same enemy.
But they don't look at it like that.
Yeah.
You the enemy because you represent the enemy. And when people are, if you're at the bottom rung, anybody above you is an op.
Yep.
And when you got a problem, they not gonna look at you like, all right, how do we fix this? They're gonna be like, yo, fix this. Fix it.
Yeah, because they mad. They want your spot and whatever. It's like, nigga, I don't even want this spot. Like, this is not a spot to be wanted.
That's kind of the mentality of this generation. Like, yo, if you're in power,
it's not even this generation though. Maybe this generation of people, like in a sense where this is where we are as a people, but it's not just young people. I think that sense of entitlement just exists because the world is. I know Joe Rogan always talks about this, like how the world is just a softer place and it made us softer people.
Yeah, I thought about that when you were telling me about how like your headquarters are and everything. Speaking of Joe Rogan, one of my favorite podcasts that he did was the CEO. I can't remember his name. Yeah. Bleep that.
And fuck him.
Yeah. He had a conversation about how he was out there in Texas too, and that was the reason they were having that podcast because he had recently moved there. But
fuck him.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of instances where I see how often people look at the chain of command and just see rungs that they can take down, like things that they can break. But after you break that system, like, what the fuck do you do? How do you take the place of the things that have already been set in motion with these niggas? So, like as far as them coming down on you, you thinking small. Like, you could be, and I'm sure I know you had issues with one coworker, but I'm sure there are other black coworkers in there that work with you.
Not really.
Fair to middling?
It's not a lot of black people there, man.
Really?
It's probably one other black person.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Your job like mine.
It's not like that, so. Yeah,
And it's even weirder.
I work
bro.
with one other black,
all women and no blacks.
Yeah, it's one other black lady that has the same position as me.
And you got tattoos?
And it's 2 black girls.
And braids?
Yeah.
Women don't fuck with niggas.
Yeah. I mean, she cool. The black lady is cool.
Bleep that.
She cool as fuck. But yeah, man, it's only 2 black girls, and it's staff at like 150.
Well,
it's 150 and more to see. To be a Pokemon master is my destiny. So yeah, catch them. Gotta catch them all. I don't know.
Draft catch them.
Name of the pod.
Draft catch them. That can be translated to something else, so don't make that the name of the pod. It can be translated a lot of ways, bro.
So many ways that aren't positive.
That
anyway, but yeah, man, the week's just been a lot of bullshit. Then, trying to be in this somewhat management position. The one thing is like when you a nigga, bro, they throw that shit in your face anytime you do something wrong.
You in charge, so you supposed to know this shit, nigga.
Boy, you know how many times I heard that phrase?
Nigga, I heard that Monday. When I walked into work Monday, it was like, yo, you're the person that's responsible. I was like, oh, shit. So and what's wild is,
I'm like, I always hit the people like, so not the people that make all the real money. Me. This nigga.
Yeah.
I'm the dude in charge. The
what's
dude that makes $1 more than you.
I hate being this nigga now because the responsibility is, like, shit rolled downhill, but the responsibility is distributed not sensibly but conveniently. Mm-hmm. Like, if it's your fault, if it happens, it's your fault because you're not in charge. And that shit fucks with me a lot. So, like, I literally went to work Saturday. Shout out to the mob because I was in the city this weekend. I did a bike ride with Mob ATL and
DEEP.
What's the name? What's them niggas' names? Anyway, bro. Shout out Mob. Everybody else is, you know what I'm saying? I'll get y'all back later. But Horace and Tara, man, shout out to y'all. I was in the city, so I stopped by my job because my job is not too far from where we link up for the bike ride. And I did some shit, like, you know what I'm saying? The kitchen duty is all about prep. So I pulled some shit out of the fridge, let it thaw. I had my week set out. I'm like, oh, look at me being proactive, trying to do something extra. And I walk in Monday, and they're like, yeah, you left such and such out. You and, ironically, another person named Sean. It's like, yo, you and Sean left this shit out. I'm like, man, bro. Like, I'll walk into a mistake, and it's completely my fault. But, like, I think there's a thing about, like, being at fault because there are so many things going on that you can't possibly take care of them all. And because somebody else doesn't necessarily want to pick up the slack, you get left holding the bag when shit go left. And it's like, yo, I had 1,000 things going on. So I can take, like, in the way my personality is built, like, I want to quell all, like, problems immediately. Like, yo, I'll take responsibility. I'm sorry. My bad. I forgot, man. I was really, really upset with myself. But then when I think about everything else I had going on, I had to stop and be like, yo, you realize that this, and this were going on at that point in time? Like, I had my own set of responsibilities. This really was something I could have done, but it wasn't on me. And that sort of fucks with the way I perceive responsibility. Because I feel like responsibility is supposed to be shared evenly based on, like, your priority. If you're in charge, you're supposed to be the first person there, last person to leave. If we're swapping those dynamics, me and you got to have a lot of communication because I got to be able to do what you think I should already know. And if you don't communicate with me before you leave or before you go on to do your thing, like, it's not necessarily all on me. So, like, shout out to Amy. I'm gonna shout you out by name. Amy's the only person out at my job right now, like, outside from the owners that I have, like, open communication with, but without shitting on my job. I have open communication with, and we meet in the middle. Like, we're able to, like, fight out the trenches. I often mention, like, there's a restaurant in Atlanta called Cooks and Soldiers, and I fuck with that name because they said it, and I got it immediately. Like, yo, you in the trenches. Like Cooks and Soldiers. Like, you only can look at you. It's like no look passes for the podcast shit. Like, you have to look at somebody and know that they already know what's supposed to happen in this sequence of events, and you just gotta trust it. You gotta stick to the plays.
I think with all, like, team environments, like, that's what it is. Like, ideally, if you can work on the system, like, oh yeah, You know where to go. Like that's what's been tricky.
That's why
like,
triangle offense is so effective. Like
the more
shout out Syracuse. Y'all took a terrible loss, but shout out Syracuse.
Having to, the more I got into these little management positions and like learning how to deal with people, it's like, yeah, I gotta like kind of like set a tone. Like,
oh shit. Somebody text you.
It's not ending. Like, come on.
I was trying to look up the Syracuse score just because I didn't want to shit on them and them not lose, actually. But yeah.
I don't even remember.
We 11-6. No, you were talking about chain of command, work and shit. But
fuck Syracuse, nigga.
This is really just personal. Like, I really wanted to make sure, like, my uncle wasn't going to shit on me when I seen him next time. Because he was like, yo, we won, nigga. But I'm sure they lost. We never fans of niggas who win. Shout out Buffalo Bills.
But yeah, man.
They won.
Did they win against Duke? Oh, see that?
All right.
Yeah.
Are we done with this topic?
Yeah, we done. It was just my week. We ain't got any topic. Wash moments.
Yeah, fuck Syracuse, man. We spent 3 minutes.
You fuck. And they lost. They lost against Duke. 85-71.
We already established that.
Yeah. Fuck all that, nigga. I cared, nigga. I don't give a
No
fuck
one
what this nigga
cares
think.
about Syracuse, bro.
It's an episode full of tangents. Wait till we get into these topics. You'll see.
Right, man,
Who cares, nigga? I'm catching up.
Give a Syracuse breakdown, man. Shout out to Jim Boheim or some shit, whatever the fuck his name was. Yeah, bleep that.
Allegedly.
So I'm sure it's not alleged, but yeah. What's the topics, man? What we got?
No, you gotta do your wash moments.
Oh yeah, okay.
Drunk draft, doing a podcast. Drunk Sean,
All right, man.
backing them up.
All right.
I can do my wash moment.
I got one.
All
All right, so I had this conversation with somebody, man, that will remain nameless, but I just thought about how, like when you're old, like, people always ask you for advice and shit, and it's like, advice is so weird. Oh, shit, look at my shit. But advice is so weird because it's like nobody can really give you real advice, like, because advice is such a fake. Thanks. Advice is such a fake fucking idea of shit. Like, I'm just gonna. Yeah, this mic shit is a mess.
Oh shit! I fixed the shit right before the pod and had confidence.
I give up. All right, man. But yeah, advice is such a fake ass idea because it's like, nigga, I don't know your situation. How the fuck could I know what's best for you? Like, no one is you. I just felt like it was an old situation that we got to eventually, man. So that's my watch moment, man. It's just when like young niggas ask for your advice, like, never give them advice because you don't know what the fuck is going on in their life.
Yeah,
man.
personally,
Yeah,
people are only gonna tell you what they want you to hear.
Yeah, like.
And so when they ask you, like, so how you feel about this situation? It's like, yo, well, I only hear your side, so I don't know how I feel.
Exactly. Like,
I don't know.
I'm not there with you, motherfucker.
And
I
it was
can't
wild.
give you
Is
no
like,
advice.
yo, the older you get, the more you're like, like, cause you can think about situations you've been in where I've been on both sides of the scenario, and if you're honest with yourself, you can say it's been times where I felt like, nigga, I was 100% right. And it wasn't like that.
Exactly.
And so when I can talk to you about it candidly, if I respect you, I'm just tell you, I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta figure that shit out. I can give you the best advice I can possible concerning your side of the situation, but that's no guarantee on you going through the situation and being successful.
Yeah. So I always feel like advice is a joke. I don't really know if that's a watch moment, but that's just like my old nigga saying for the week. It's like, nigga, don't ask for advice, man. You kind of got to figure this shit out yourself. Like, I can give you a way of thinking, and maybe you can apply that way of thinking to your situation. But other than that, like, I can't tell you what to do because, you know, like, there's always three sides to every story, as they say. So, yeah, bada bing, bada boom.
Wash moments in and out. My wash moment, I don't know if I mentioned this, but aside from draft, or opposite of draft, I've actually had a good week. I'm trying to be positive about shit. I can complain about the negative because the negative for me is always more interesting. I can explain it better. but I've been trying to switch my outlook. And as because I think it was shout out Solomon. I think it was Solomon was like, damn nigga, you gotta have better days. Like you describe all your weeks and your moments like they're so terrible.
Yeah, that's just tricky because it is about perception and outlook and all that.
Man.
Yeah,
Like I might really have a negative personality. I've had multiple people tell me that. But I don't want to look at the glass as half empty. Like my glass be full based on the things that I have going on because I'm always busy, and all the things usually end up working out in something productive. But it'd be the little shit that happens in between the margins that don't nobody see that fucks with me. And if I focus on that long enough, like my week is shitty.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So
yeah,
this week was actually good. I did a lot of wall shit. I went and bought a new wallet. I think one of the things I've realized is I don't like big wallets. My dad bought me a wallet from Florence, Italy. Brought it back. Him and my mom. Shout out to my parents. Their anniversary is today. Happy anniversary, mom and dad. Love y'all. No. Bleep that. But yeah, I love y'all. I got y'all a gift coming soon. And I remember being in a situation where like I was sitting, I think it might have been in the car, and I'm like, why the fuck am I so uncomfortable? And I realized it was because I had a wallet that was a goddamn an inch in width, like 5 inches in diameter. Oh shit, we got a celebrity in the building and shit, man. What's happening? Hey, but yeah, I've been trying to focus on trying to be more positive. In a nutshell, be safe. And what we doing? Wash moments? We doing wash moments? All right.
I was wrap that shit up, B. I don't know where this thing's going.
Yeah, I saw niggas walk in. I want to give niggas dap and shit, nigga. Shout out Jay Hayes. My wash moment is probably like, I'm cool with taking shit slow. Like my weekend was really boring. It was really boring. I caught up on everything I needed to do for the pod. I viewed all the media I needed to watch. I saw the Patrice O'Neal documentary, which you mentioned on the last pod. I caught up on old shows. I started watching Static Shock from the beginning, from season 1. Yeah, we've been doing things. I got all the way to the episode where Batman and Robin was on Static Shock. Like we're in a good place right now. So emotionally, like I feel like if I have my own time, I feel fulfilled. And that's a big thing for me right now. Like having my own time in order to do what I need to do for me is very important. I went and bought new bed, a new bedspread. I spent $330 at Target. Made me feel the most middle class I've ever felt in my life. It was the only time I felt upper middle class. Like, I think I grew up middle class. Draft always pick on me. He was like, yeah, this nigga Sean, this nigga parents eat cheese plates and drink wine and shit, nigga. He is not from the hood.
This nigga the Cosby's, bro.
Shout out Rochester, New York, because that's where I was originally born. Rochester, New York has a terrible police department. Fuck y'all. Worse than Atlanta. But they recently were in the news because they pepper sprayed a 9-year-old girl because she was suicidal, and her mother called the police, and she was calling for her father and would not basically submit to the commands of the officers that were there. And it was like, yo, the audio was like, yo, just go ahead and pepper spray her, a 9-year-old girl. Like, as her father, if I heard that and saw it before I ever heard from her mother, I would kill those cops. Bleep that. But or you don't have to. But it would be problems with whoever pepper sprayed my child. Nigga, what the fuck are you doing? At 9 years old, what the fuck are you doing? So I realized in this week, there's so many other bigger things I could be concerned about, but because I have the ability to do what I want within a spectrum, and I can create shit, it's not that bad. Like, I haven't had an issue I couldn't handle. And within those margins, because this weekend wasn't as activity filled, like I did old nigga shit. Nigga, I bought a wallet, nigga. I went through and listened to old music. Like I I went to Stone Mountain Park today. Shout out all y'all racists. Well, I went to Stone Mountain Park that Sunday, pardon me, and I watched my daughter play. One of the watch moments I had was I was like, yo, I don't like people helping my kids. Shout out to Sean going fences. I almost went fences, but I really reserved myself because I be trying to let my daughter figure shit out for herself. And I feel like when other people help my daughter do shit that I see, and in my mind, by myself, sitting on this bench in a playground park, I openly say to myself, yeah, she got to figure this shit out, and somebody helps her. It offends me. Like, and I felt bad because I shitted on people with, like, she had her own family. Like, she was out there with all her kids, probably a lot more experienced. And when I actually spoke to her, it made sense. Like, I get it, especially based on the fact that it was a woman. But I was shitting on couples that wear matching sweatsuits. And there was a couple that was wearing matching sweatsuits at the park. And I was like, man, look at these niggas, man, out here. And shout out to her husband or boyfriend, because he did not look happy. Like, he looked like he was pissed that she walked out the house wearing the same shit she had on. And it makes sense because she helping somebody else's kids, i.e. mine, do some shit that they didn't even need to do. Like, I feel like it'll be a due time when she figures out how to get through this playground. And the playground was so big, it's like a whole like network of webs and ropes and shit. It looked like she was on the ship with White Squall and shit. Like, she was really like in a situation where she was in over her head, and then she was either gonna rise to the occasion or fall off. And she should have fell off. She needed to know, like, yo, I can't do this right now. We can figure it out later. Like, and this lady's helping her up this rope, and she gets stuck. She gets to a point where she's so high, she's scared. And now I got to walk over there. And part of me was pissed because I'm like, man, now I got to help her out, do some shit I knew she couldn't do. And she would have figured that out on her own. But because you felt like you needed to jump in, I got to come to the rescue. And I don't know. I realized part of it was like my personality is really crass, but I don't want to be too much on niggas. Like, I feel like I'm really abrasive around people who don't know me personally. And my daughter is the exact opposite because she's young. She's not jaded. Like, I used to be the same way. She's telling me, like, as she's helping my daughter up this elaborate like rope ladder, she's like, yeah, she's just like her middle daughter, who's like, yeah, she just walk around the playground and want to be friends with everybody. And she's like, yo, why don't anybody want to be my friends? And I was like, yeah, in my mind, I'm telling myself I want to break her out of that. And in her mind, she's telling like, yo, that's a good thing. Like, she should be the person she is. Just figure out how to fine tune it. And I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. And I had to readjust myself. Like, yo, I shouldn't be mad at this lady who showed up with her husband / boyfriend or whatever in matching sweatsuits because she's helping my daughter do something she thinks is fun and realizes that she failed. Like, I think failure at different levels is a thing. Like, yo, you can fail at the bottom and not learn anything, but you can fail somewhere in the middle and learn a lot more. And I felt like my daughter was unaffected by the situation, but I learned a lot more in that situation just because it's like, man, I gotta stop being so stiff. So my wash moment probably is like more so me being aware of the fact that I'm an old grumpy ass nigga, and I gotta break out of that shit for the sake of the fact that I'm around people who don't have the same outlook that I do on life because they ain't experienced the same shit. It was a roundabout way for me to talk about my week.
Yeah, like 17 wash moments in that motherfucker, but all right.
I didn't figure it out, man. I really didn't figure it out. And I'm also drunk, man. Shout out Kill Baggins.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll be back after these messages. Welcome home, Bobby Shmurda, man. Yeah, we are back once again, man. Wash guards never washed up, but yeah.
As he preludes our first topic.
Yeah. But welcome home, Bobby, man.
Welcome home, Bobby and Roddy.
I haven't necessarily seen you home yet.
I feel like Roddy is a stepbrother of this whole social media Trump release shit. Like, nobody really highlighted Roddy until Bobby was home. Roddy said this nigga was gonna be back in the studio immediately.
Yeah.
And shout out to everybody trying to campaign or like cap off the fact that this nigga is home now. Everybody want to be the first nigga out. Maybe the new like way niggas rap whore themselves out is like when a nigga get freed, y'all just try to be the first nigga on their IG.
Yeah, it's weird, man. Cause shout out to Tupac. I feel like because of Pac, like that's why this first day out freestyle type culture exists right now. So, but yeah, welcome home, Bobby Shmurda, man. Apparently a real stand-up guy. He didn't tell on nobody. So I think we always should highlight that within our community because
before he went in,
a lot of Bill O'Neills out here.
Yeah, I wasn't fucking with that shit. I felt like Brooklyn drill was a really touchy subject for me because drill was a derivative of trap. And trap, I felt like, started in Atlanta. And, like, trap was the most original version of a gangster rap at that point in time. And I felt like it was kind of biting. And so Chicago drill, when I said Chicago drill is just like trap, niggas try to come in my head.
I feel like drill.
It was one of those viral Twitter moments where niggas was like, yo, no, you got it fucked up. You just not here, so you don't understand. And I was just like, yo, all right.
I do feel like that. The further I got away from the situation, I felt like you at the beginning, but then the further I got away from it, I feel like it is an entirely different culture.
So what's Brooklyn drill?
It's a mixture of UK drill and Chicago drill to me. That's what Brooklyn drill is to me, in my opinion.
Shout out to politically correct draft.
That's my actual opinion.
Yeah. Shout out to this nigga.
Hey man, I like some joints from the people. Fabio. I like some Fabio joints. I like
shout out 22 G's.
I like other people. I don't know, man. Yeah, I think Fabio's cool, man. I don't have no problem with Fabio, and I don't know.
How you feel about Brooklyn drill in general?
I'd say, look, I had two opinions about this. When I first heard it, I hated it. Hated it. The more I got familiar with drill and everything, I feel like at this point it's just like I hated it because I was just outside of the margins. Like, if anything is washed, it's like me hating that shit. It's because I didn't understand.
Being
like,
old.
Yeah, it looks sort of like, man, why the fuck is these New York niggas rapping like UK niggas now? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Or y'all beats.
Yeah, but.
And as a nigga who,
but when
there
you
was a
think
point in
about,
time where I was really into music. I really focused on what music was happening internationally, like the MIA shit, like.
But I also think
Twigs,
about like life,
fucking FKA Twigs, all that grime shit era. Like I was reading Fader with you niggas, so I remember that whole UK drive. And niggas was not fucking with UK rappers. Like T.I. and PSC tried to sign a UK rapper, and that nigga is nowhere to be seen right now.
Nah, but I think like that's the old perspective. Like I think that the real perspective is like you break it down into BPMs. Like all right, BPMs is the New York drill meshes with like the London, like that shit. Their bounce in New York isn't like ours, so like that bounce works with like it's a progression. Their progression from
what's wild is
boom bap.
You're right, because if you think about the 60s, 70s, the Rolling Stones, Beatles always came over here and said they fucked with American artists in their own genre or in their own genre, from Chuck Berry to fucking Jimi Hendrix. Like the UK came over here to get the sauce, and I think this is the first time they've really given back that bounce from grime music, because I was familiar with grime, and because it was popular at a certain point in time. Like I've seen the evolution of what drill is now, and a lot of the beats that I forgot who was telling me, it was some drill artist that they were saying they were talking about in barbershop, tattoo shop, corner store, and they were saying how all these beats came from a UK producer. And that sound is essentially a UK sound. The same way niggas would be like, yo, Gangstar's New York music. And be like, yo, Primo from Houston. Gurus from Boston. How was this a New York sound? Y'all just like it a lot. And I think about that a lot with drill music. like, yo, where's this sound come from? Because now we've gotten so far gone in the anthology of people who make the music. Like it's just its own genre, which is fine with me because I know how history works. Like
I think that's the old perspective of it. It's like because a lot of niggas will say they hear like Blueprint and be like, yo, that's some New York shit. But Kanye from Chicago.
right.
So like I mean it all works and like fucking Just Blaze is from New Jersey. So I mean it all works in that way. I just think that's why I feel like the further I got away from that whole idea, it made more sense. It was more like, all right, it's fine. I mean, that bounce works for a New York audience. They don't necessarily rock with the same type of BPMs that we rock in the South.
I think it's generational too, because
that BPM shit works with them. Like that's
my daughter's
younger
than me.
They don't even know how to dance to that. At the end of the day, like them club records, niggas don't know how to dance to. You know what I'm saying?
But my daughter's from a different generation. That's a better way to shape that. And I think that like rhythms, like you ever watched old Soul Train episodes? I don't know why I've watched it, but I woke up in the morning on Saturdays and would watch Saturday morning cartoons and then Soul Train because I didn't have cable. And I remember dances being different, even being from the 90s. Nigga, dances being different. Like, the rhythms are different. So if you look at the Whoa or, like, the I don't know, whatever young nigga dances y'all got going, but the tempo different. Like, the beats that they hit are different. Mm-hmm. And I think that's indicative of the music. So the same could be said about the way that rappers rap, the way they compose songs. Yeah. All that shit is at a different tempo that we're not used to. Like disco don't sound nothing like hip hop now.
But I think that's the fun in music. It's like dissecting it. I think all like music is like math and science. So like I think like that's the fun part of me, like figuring out how they do it, because all that shit really comes down to BPMs and shit like that. No matter how creative a motherfucker is, like you can.
Yeah, you
can make them a time
method to the madness.
Like that's why like the technology is getting spooky, where they can make songs on computers because everything comes down to like time signatures and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like you can manufacture that. If you study a person enough, you can create like the
shout out Jay Hayes,
the way they will do a song. This is a random topic. I think we talked about it a long time ago about how like Spotify was, or where they were having like digital A&Rs that like just dissect people's music, but it's like all about
that rap caviar shit. Like,
but it's all about time signatures and shit. You know what I mean? Like, and they can decide from that if the song is dope, and that's like some crazy shit. But
everything's an algorithm now.
All that shit came from Bobby Shmurda, ironically. So shout out to him.
There's a lot of memes that I've been fucking with based on the fact that this nigga free.
Yeah, I saw that meme where the hat was coming from space.
Nigga,
man,
that
that's
shit
why
was crazy. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What's funny is, y'all can fact check me, but I think that was the actual footage from some of the footage was pulled from random places and chopped up. But I think some of the footage, like when the parachute dropped and the hat had a parachute on it, that was from the Red Bull shit. Like, you know when a nigga dove from space?
Oh nah, I remember the flyer, but I never seen it.
Yeah, I saw the footage. I looked at it once, but yeah, shout out Red Bull. We need money.
Did he live? Like
yeah, he lived.
He went Mach 1.
As a person, no shit.
I don't know if he's still alive.
No, he had on. What's wild is he had on like a helmet, like it was only like a suit covering his upper body. Like, imagine being in space and a suit covering your upper body.
That's fucking crazy.
And you dive through the atmosphere?
Anyway, what were we talking about?
We broke.
Shot from space, the memes and shit from the Bobby Shmurda.
Oh, yeah,
Bobby
Shmurda. Yeah. Anyway.
But, yeah, Bobby, welcome home, Bobby Shmurda. I think there's a certain... Shout out everybody from Atlanta, because Lil Yachty recently went to Florida. I don't know where it was at in Florida, but he recently went to Florida to welcome home Kodak Black. Shout out Kodak Black. Welcome home. But I think Atlanta rappers, or let me not even say Atlanta rappers. I think Atlanta has a very, very good sense of what social media is used for. Like,
and that's not always a good thing personally, but yeah, I guess that's something.
It's an ebb and flow. It's a seesaw.
That's some cool shit for rap, but
It's the seesaw. Because I
When
don't
you're an
think,
actual person and like niggas live through social media, it's kind of disgusting.
I don't
but
think- I don't
I
think-
know what you're saying though.
I
Like,
think,
you-
I think it was like, yo, if we were really public, think about how many niggas that came home or got locked up and came back that we would pub because we really fuck with them.
Man, I think we did that for a few people. We
Yeah,
had
we
parties
have.
for a
But
nigga
not
or
to
two.
the extent where nigga everybody rich. And if I have to tie back into a wash moment that I've had this week, because Draft mentioned it when we were on break, nigga, I had 3 wash moments in one. But it's been a really washed week. Like, it's been a really washed week. And I think that a lot of people realize that we stand on the shoulders of giants. Like, all of this shit is like a building block on the last real moment that we had in society, or at least amongst black culture. With the Bobby Shmurda shit, it came on the heels of Kodak. It came on the heels of like us petitioning to get C Murder freed. Like, we've had these same moments and never gotten to the point where we're like, oh shit, nigga, like, yo, okay, we really back. And these are shout out Jay-Z, like,
I'm gonna give you the
minor
hottest.
victories are for minor league coaches, or like what's the line?
I'm gonna just like.
Give me the line. Give me the line.
No, fuck
Before we
that.
go- no.
Moral victories are for minor league coaches.
Moral victories are for
But
minor
anyway,
league
fuck
coaches.
that
All right,
shit.
bet.
Like, anyway, let's get down to business. What's the top 5 rapper that did a stint in jail? A long stint during their career. Maybe Pac, I guess.
Pac. All right, top 3, not 5.
And Pac is even murky. I mean, you can say Pac.
Okay,
is in
so
top
Pac-
5, but he don't have to be.
Bump J.
All right.
Yeah. Don't.
I just think.
Yeah, Bump J. That's 2. 3. I got one more.
I mean, I love to see every black man free.
Saigon.
So anytime a black man is free, it's a celebration. But like in the grand scheme of things, it's like, let's keep it real, man. You know what I mean, y'all gonna give a fuck for a year at tops,
and if the music ain't good, I'll say if the music ain't good.
even if it is. Like he was walking on a one-hit wonder status. He had Bobby Bitch, but that shit was very local.
Very. He had a video for it. They tried to make it big budget.
It wasn't even. So I mean, people can like.
Shout out Griselda, West Side Gun. I'll say West Side Gun is my 3rd.
Yeah, but not during his like popularity.
Yeah,
I mean,
Well,
during,
that's-
during your popularity. That's what I mean.
it's debatable, but he'd have to be specific on.
Nah,
Yeah,
I mean during your height.
He had to be
Nah.
specific on too much shit.
Nah, during your height. Nobody's done that except Pac. And maybe even Pac wasn't even at his height. He wasn't even at his height until he got out of jail. And I think that's why this become a formula, and it's cool, but it's like I think we got to stop like overvaluing certain people. Like I love Bobby, man, but keep it real, man. It's Bobby Shmurda, man. It's Bobby Shmurda, man. It's Drake.
He only get so far.
It's Kendrick. It's Cole. It's Logic. It's all the people that sell out arenas. It's all these people. I'm like, we gotta really have a talk about all the rappers that come out of jail that kind of fizzled out. Like, everybody was screaming free Boosie, but Boosie just was on Instagram yelling at niggas for not buying his album. So like, I know how fake you motherfuckers is, man. So like, spare me with that free Bobby shit or like welcome home Bobby, like, cause in 6 months y'all motherfuckers ain't gonna give a goddamn, and he gonna
We'll
be
see.
on IG
We'll see. Like, this is gonna
talking
be one
about
of-
how niggas don't buy
This
his
will be a
albums.
moment where we live in infamy. like I don't know, because I think Bobby Shmurda was one of the most
Oh yeah, way more beloved than Boosie, right?
stand up. So
Bobby
we'll see.
Shmurda was way more beloved than Boosie when he was in jail. What? Are you fucking serious? What?
All right, y'all can fight it out in the comments. I don't want to say. I don't have a dog in this fight. 'Cause I don't listen to either one of these niggas. I don't listen to. Either
I don't
one of
listen
these
to him, but I just felt the room and shit. Like, Boosie.
Nah, you read the room.
Yeah.
Politically correct.
Nah, fucking Boosie had a fucking movement. Like Boosie had a really strong movement. Niggas just on
So
some.
did Bobby. Nigga, so did Bobby. All right. Next topic.
Boosie had like police beef and shit. He had like real like type shit going on. But all right, man. Shout out to Bobby Shmurda. Shout out to Bobby Shmurda. I ain't hating on dude, but I'm just saying. I just think it was different, and I see how shit fizzled out very quickly. And I just think I think people are very much prison.
All right. Yeah, I just wanted to get back in action. He fell out since we had Ace of Spade.
But anyway, man, yeah, I feel like niggas is prisoner at the moment, and like niggas say like free Bobby this, free Bobby that, but we'll see in 6 months.
I mean, everything is a popularity contest.
Yeah, but yeah, either you really listen to a nigga, or you don't. Nigga, Hov still move units and shit, like because niggas really fuck with him.
True.
Like it's just like a different between like the whole Fairweather fan. Like everybody was screaming free Gucci too, and it's like nigga, I mean. Gucci got out. I mean, at the same time, nigga no got no #1 record yet.
Yeah, but I think I don't think he want to.
Yeah,
I just saw a video. I just saw a video with
#1 record.
I just saw a video with Pooh Shiesty and 3 niggas I didn't know, and Pooh Shiesty didn't even spit a rap. Like 1017 might be on its climb, and I'm not mad at it because the shit I saw.
So you think Gucci don't want a #1 record right now?
I don't think Gucci cares.
You think he did a song with Bruno Mars to not have a #1 record?
I don't think he cared. I think Bruno Mars was the #1 record. You think about the expectations of the niggas from Atlanta? Like, how much do we expect from the music industry, even though that everybody leaves from here?
I think niggas do songs with Bruno Mars because they want a #1 record.
I do think that, but I think they got that and they don't want shit else because they didn't expect
I'm not
to be that
saying like
far.
he needs
Nigga,
it.
I was just on Candle Road. Time out. I was just on Candle Road today. I rode through Sun Valley. It's not the same.
It's not.
So what?
What you mean, so what?
What the fuck they got to do
Like,
with anything?
it means that niggas are gonna move different based on the fact that
I think
we're big in names, but not in
all that
like,
shit.
identity.
This nigga's not even from Atlanta. None of that shit mean nothing, man. What the fuck? This nigga's from some other fuck part.
I don't even know where Bruno Mars is from.
My point is, if
Hawaii.
a nigga do a song with Bruno
Is he from
Mars.
Puerto Rico? Yeah, he's from Hawaii.
If
He's
a
Hawaiian.
nigga do a song with Bruno Mars, he's trying to get a #1 record, man.
Yeah, but so he got a #1
That's
record.
obvious, man.
But so
what the fuck?
All right, so look at
Bruno
Gucci.
Mars not coming to the trap and do a song for fun,
I got it.
nigga.
Before I lose my train of thought. Gucci is not viewed as an artist the way he is as an A&R. I think people respect Gucci. People who are
I
in the
didn't say
know.
nothing about that. I
Yo,
didn't
so
say nothing
people who
about
are
that.
in the know, based on what I've seen recently, people who are in the know respect Gucci is more as an A&R than they do an artist. Because nigga, that shit so far. This shit so far
I
gone.
didn't respect him. I'm just saying that.
Or they rank him. I'm not even saying respect. Like respect between rappers
not
means
even
something
rank.
different.
I'm just saying that nigga do a song with Bruno Mars because he wants a #1 record.
And he had a #1 record.
I didn't say none of that. I just said when a nigga does a song with Bruno Mars,
You see some shit I don't see. Like, I'll give it to you.
that nigga
All right,
wants a
you got it,
#1
bro.
record.
Hey.
That's all I'm
hey.
saying. What the fuck were we talking about, man?
Welcome home, Bobby Shmurda.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm just saying, yeah, nigga hasn't had a #1 record since. I've seen this shit fizzle out a million times. I've seen it happen with Boosie. I've seen it happen with Gucci. And I don't want Bobby Shmurda to fail. I wish that nigga the best, nigga. But I see how, nigga, flaky niggas are. They just love to be a part of the moment. They want to be a part of a nigga coming home from jail. They don't give a fuck, nigga. We'll see how it happens in a year. Bobby Shmurda got a hit record. Nigga, Drake did a song with Gucci when he first got out. That shit did not do that much.
As well.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Like, people are fickle. Like, they just say shit, but they don't really mean it. Like, you know, it is what it is. I've said that a lot.
I said a lot. Next topic.
What we got?
Anti-black historical figure.
Okay, yeah. Whoa.
This is going to be fun.
Yeah. All right, we got to talk about Dr. Seuss.
All right.
My phone died. But anyway, man, I read the whole little speech. But apparently Cat in the Hat was based on a black woman. That shit fucked me up for the day, man. So I can't really give a shout out to Dr. Seuss.
It's like Dr. Seuss. It's like Mary Poppins but with niggas.
Yeah,
If you read,
like,
if you read Cat in the Hat, it sounds like Mary Poppins, but with a cat.
But to keep it real, like I remember like looking at the books as a kid. I'm like, yo, these shits kind of look.
Thing 1 and thing
Thing to yeah, bruh. Yeah.
whatchamacallit.
I'm like, these shits low key look like niggas, man. What the fuck is going on, man? Like, especially with the hair, yo.
Yeah.
Like
Hop
that,
on Pop.
yeah.
Hop on Pop, man. There's so many instances where I feel like.
So apparently,
Yo,
Dr.
so
Seuss.
when he sent it to me, truth be told, when he sent it to me, I looked at it and I replaced all the ridiculous names they place on these characters with nigga, and it sounds crazy. It sounds so crazy.
Yeah.
That shit weird, bruh.
it's crazy.
And it's not. It's not
crazy.
even weird for the fact that like, oh, I'm so shocked. It's weird from the fact that like, man, it's like it's being racist. Bleep that. It's the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same shit. Like I feel the same way. I'm not surprised, but I just want to see the fallout. I want to see the fallout.
Wasn't Dr. Seuss German?
Sue sound German.
What? 'Cause his name it's like Susan
Snoosenschlagen.
Snoosenschlagen.
Snoosenschneid. Snoosen Smith. Schmidt. My bad. Yeah, Smith is like English.
Yeah. Snoosen.
Schmidt.
Snoosenheimer.
Snoosenheisen.
Snooper.
He's got a Z in it.
Snoosen's nice and Snoosen. We're gonna lose all our German
Yo,
viewers.
shit, nigga.
He was born in Massachusetts.
What?
Well,
Yeah, Boston racist as shit. Shout out Patrice.
yeah, but
Nigga to make it out.
yeah, man, that shit was very disappointing to see. Like Dr. Seuss was racist. Like, damn, man, I read this books to my daughter and shit, man.
Still.
Shit,
To this
nigga.
day.
To this day.
To this day.
But yeah. So I
guess
don't want to highlight no more racists, man. Nah,
Yeah,
fuck
it's
that, dog.
weird.
We just gonna
Yeah.
after saying that out loud. What you been watching, man? Actually, we'll be right back.
Yep, and we back.
Yeah. Welcome to the future. Yeah, man. So we're gonna get into what we've been watching and what we've been listening to. So like
Yep.
one of the things I've been watching is Crime Scene Vanishing at the Cecil Hotel. If anybody knows the
What
story,
streaming network?
it's on Netflix.
All right, I'll
Yeah,
check it
if
out.
anybody knows the story of the Black Dahlia, like she was in connection with the Cecil Hotel, but also like this Asian lady.
Shout out Jake Gyllenhaal. Wasn't he in that movie?
Oh yeah, Asian lady named Lisa Lam. Apparently, like she disappeared, and when they found her body, she was in like a water tank for the hotel, like which like takes at least 3 people to even lift the cover to put to open it.
It's the Black Dahlia murder.
This is a murder after that, but the Black Dahlia is also associated with the Cecil Hotel. The
Who
whole
else was associated with Cecil Hotel?
It's like
Wasn't it like
it's a
Richard
whole
Ramirez.
It's a whole bunch of like murders and rapes and
Serial
all kind of
killers, yeah.
serial killers. Like yep. So yeah, it's a very interesting documentary. It's like 4 episodes. It's on Netflix. I watched it just like traveling back and forth to work. Yeah, I thought it was cool. Also, I watched. Oh yeah, Patrice O'Neal documentary. Let's get into that, man. You know, I talked about it last episode.
R.I.P. Patrice.
It says killing. The title is Killing is Easy. I loved it, man. I can't even lie, bro. I shed a tear during that motherfucker. Like when his daughter was
amazing.
talking, well, his stepdaughter was talking. It was great. Like he highlighted a lot of ways I felt about entertainment or
Yo,
how
shout
I
out to
feel
Patrice
about
O'Neal 'cause
entertainment.
He got a stepdaughter that claims him, but he died and didn't claim none of them, and openly talked about it in his stand-up.
Yeah, but I don't know, man.
That's it. No.
Yeah.
I mean it. I mean it in the most endearing way because
It's not even
I often say like, yo, what I say don't mean shit. How I show
how I
you I care
move.
about you.
Yeah, it's what
like,
I
it's
do.
gonna show you everything you need to know about me, and I feel that
I think
in
a lot
more
of
ways than one in my adult life because Like, you think about relationships and love when you're coming up as an adolescent, like, it don't mean shit. It's just words. But when you go through experiences and you deal with people, you see who you relate to and what your circle is. And with women, because of the physical aspect, you don't necessarily know how you'll feel about them and the things that come with them until you're really dealing with them on a personal level.
But also, man, I just feel like the reason why I hate people so much, man, is like we get so caught up in the words, yo. Like, the words mean nothing. Like, to me, words is just like a gauntlet in which we choose to duel in. Like, it's not like a serious thing. Like,
It's like
actions
American
mean.
Gladiator.
Yeah, actions mean everything to me. Like, yeah,
Gladiator.
sometimes
I
I
don't know
say
if I said
shitty
that word
things
right
to
'cause I'm
people.
drunk.
Yeah, sometimes I say shitty things to people I care about. It's not because I'm trying to shit on you. It's because I feel like we're open enough to joke in a shitty manner, and I
Drap
want to
been
be.
whole shaming me for like the past 3 years, bro. I swear to God.
I just say whatever. I feel like sometimes people
I've been
take that
sticking
shit.
to I've been sticking to waterfalls and rivers and lakes.
I just
I've been
hate.
sticking to rivers and lakes and avoiding waterfalls rather.
I hate people taking everything so personal because it's just like, yo, like it's
Take all the fun out of conversation.
yeah, conversation is like a battle of wits. Sometimes I just say some shit because it's funny to me.
Nah, it's
Like,
almost like
it's
it's
not.
almost like a treat where you kind of like when we talk about taking their bra off. I feel like talking to my niggas is the male version of taking my bra off. Like
Yeah,
I can be like, yo, fuck you, and call you every sort of slur or like whatever. Like I want to in a conversation
because you know I
because
don't
you my nigga. I don't feel that way. It's just
you know
funny
I don't
to say.
mean yeah.
And I may, truth be told, I may be saying it to you because I've held back during my work day where I've said
because-
nothing.
Yeah,
I've said nothing
exactly.
the entire day. And I've
Exactly.
looked at niggas and been like, like,
I want to be able to say "fuck you" to a nigga and then smile and we just laugh and dap up. Like that's
nigga Draft called me out on some shit today that I was like, oh shit, this nigga seen some shit that I didn't even know.
and I didn't. That's what's so crazy.
Yeah, that
bro.
was so
Like,
fire, bro. Cause he knows, but he don't. That's how you know you're really friends. It's like, who was I with earlier this
shit.
week?
My bad.
And I was playing, yeah, fuck you. But who was I with earlier this week when I was talking about Vince and he called? I want to say it was yesterday, but that situation has happened more than one time. I remember being around somebody else who will go nameless, who will remain nameless. But I remember talking about this nigga and him calling me when he got off work. And the same situation happened some 10 years, 11 years later. And for me, it shows me that like people are around for real reasons. Like it's not just coincidental that we have these connections. I fuck with the fact that as far as Patrice O'Neal is being the focal point, I never met this person. I never saw him perform live. We never had an interaction personally, but
Very unfortunate.
I can relate.
Yeah.
And we've talked about him on multiple podcasts without
Even
it being
like-
a thing. And we can
Even-
see the train of thought.
Yeah, even my approach in to music or podcasting, like a lot of times it's like, nigga, I make music or I podcast for me, nigga. I don't really give a fuck.
You see that? That's how we got all this.
Man.
That's how we got all this.
Yeah, but like nigga, I do this shit for me, man. I think niggas get lost. Like every time a nigga try to give me advice, back to my wash moment, like nobody can give you advice on your own life. It's like motherfuckers try to give me advice all the time. It's like nigga, shut the fuck up.
And if you
Like,
into
wait,
comedy,
you don't even know what the fuck I'm looking for. You like
if you're
you
into
just-
comedy, all the people that you fuck with that have their own original opinions, high ranking as far as popularity or culturally, Patrice O'Neal,
Dave Chappelle,
Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, Bill Burr, Robert Kelly,
Jerry Seinfeld.
Jerry Seinfeld. Like these are the people who
They try to trap him into a fucking sitcom fucking comedian.
And the
he
nigga
say, you
buck-
know what?
like all our heroes. Like
I'm out.
Freddie Gibbs,
I don't need
Bill
to do anything
Withers,
else.
Dave, Patrice O'Neal.
Yeah, I don't
Dave
need to
Chappelle.
do it. Yeah, I'm good. I don't need to do anything
I don't
else.
need to do
Like,
none of this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen life. I know how this shit works. Like, it's not even necessarily a status thing. It's just an environment thing. You realize what
even
you
Bill
bring to the
Burr,
environment.
like Bill Burr could go in that same topic. Like,
He'll be like, yeah, fuck this shit. I'll opt
like,
out.
he does all things comedy. That's his fucking
His
company.
network. Yeah.
That's his.
And the
shit.
content, the content that you put out, like Bill Burr got like I think it's an 11 to 13 minute set where he's just shitting on Philly. It's his set. And he's like, yo,
Yeah, that
this
shit
is
is great. Yeah.
this is the rest of my set, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shit on Philly for the rest of this set.
But it's a good story to lead up to it. It wasn't like
because you don't fuck with me. Because you don't fuck with me. And I think there's something.
now the crowd
there's
had-
something heroic about being able to say what you think outside of what public opinion says, because of everything that we talked about on this podcast or that you've
Ooh.
heard elsewhere as far as social media and the influence that it has on society. Like, there are no original opinions. Like, we don't necessarily have the ability to say what we think freely
Yeah. That's
in
why-
a space where it's comfortable for us to have conversation about it after.
That's
it's
why you
said.
gotta love a Bill Burr or Dave Chappelle.
Got to,
Yeah.
or Patrice O'Neal,
Patrice O'Neal.
because
Yeah.
Patrice O'Neal would have been canceled by now.
Yeah.
He would have been
Oh
supremely
my
canceled.
God. So
they would,
canceled.
They would have been so on this nigga's head. Like, one of the topics I wanted to do with this topic in particular was like, yo, we talked about it previously before the pod, but my favorite Patrice O'Neal joke, as far as me applying it to life, is concerning men and women. Like, a lot of his shit was basically men and women based. It was relationship based. And if you watch the documentary, one of the things that he talked about, or his significant other, let's say that, talked about, was the fact that everything you saw on stage was him in real life. Like, there was no separation between the way he conveyed his art and the way he lived as a person.
Yeah,
And
I felt seen.
he was saying how, like, yo, man, like, if you want to get if you want to be able to communicate with your men, with men better, women, be philosophical about dumb shit. He was like, yo, men are philosophical about dumb shit. And I think about the way I communicate with my friends. Like, it'll be some dumb shit that happens, and most of the time it's prompted by a social interaction that has nothing to do with me and them. But we'll break it down from so many variables. It's like, yeah, this has nothing to do with us. It's completely about the way you view things and the way you view the world. And I remember you talking about your favorite Patrice O'Neal joke, which was the whole, like, series of holes shit. The, like, women being a series of holes. Like, you personified yourself as a series of holes. Like, it allows you to turn essentially the camera of identity's perspective of whatever category you fall in, whether it be woman, male, black, white. Like, he had so many categories of social structure that he would allow you to turn the camera back on yourself or to look at yourself in the mirror based on his jokes and be like, oh, okay, this is
Yeah.
where I fall in.
Yeah.
Like, this is how I feel.
I
Like,
feel
women
like-
describe themselves as a series of holes in a conversation where they're talking about, like, yo, if you lost your pussy in a freak accident,
How would you keep your man?
how?
Yeah. But yeah, man, I feel like Patrice O'Neal is like one of my great philosophers of all time. So shout out to him, man. I feel like it was a great watch. Definitely one of the standout moments of my week. I already mentioned the Cecil Hotel shit. Oh yeah, we got to talk about Will Smith, man. We're not gonna do a deep dive until we get.
I haven't seen it. Yeah, we'll do it on Patreon.
We're gonna save it for Patreon. But we gotta talk about Will Smith, man. Me
So
and
you're trying
Reese,
to pander his
me and
legacy.
Reese had a whole like a little back and forth.
Shout out Reese, man.
Yeah, shout out to Reese LaFleur, man. Shout out to that guy, man.
Diva, I see you.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
me and him had a little back and forth about that shit, and I'm gonna keep it short, and I'm gonna save it for the pod, bro. I'm gonna see you, bro. It's fine. It's cool. We gonna address it when I see you.
That's interesting because I know the conversation that probably stemmed from, and that was a weird time for us. So if you talk to Reese about Will Smith, I know what direction it came from. Because I know niggas had conversations about Reese and Will Smith.
Yeah.
Like, and if Reese had the type of attitude I think he did, he should think about that. Like,
It's all good, but we'll talk about it.
yeah. Because, nigga, I know niggas had
We
conversations.
got a lot of
with
gays. We got a
you
lot
and
of.
Reese and Will Smith in the same conversation. You should think about that shit, man.
We got a
like,
lot of guests. We gonna figure it out, man. Niggas gotta wait while we figure this shit out.
Shout out
But,
Joe Rogan, man. Our guest list long. Niggas been hitting us up for a while.
Yeah, we
All
still,
built off the muscle.
we
Shout
still
out to
doing
gods
our
and
shit.
goddesses.
All right, but yeah, man, I thought the Patrice O'Neal shit was dope. It really made me identify with myself even further. But we're not gonna get into that till we hop on Patreon. Other than that, like I said, I'm gonna give Will Smith the pass. I'm gonna let you watch the shit, and then we can talk about it together.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Other than that, let me check my Hulu right quick. Let me see what I've been watching on that motherfucker. Where Hulu at? Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, I watched the next 2 episodes of Hip Hop Uncovered. I wasn't mad at them. They were solid.
Is we 3 episodes in now?
4.
I haven't seen the 4th. I saw 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, they do 2 episodes a week. First week they did 2, the next week they did 2. So
Yeah, I really fuck with Hip Hop Uncovered. Like
Yeah.
I didn't realize they was doing the
Yeah.
breakdown
it was pretty
across the
cool,
board.
bro. Yeah.
Cause I saw the trailer when you mentioned it, and I was talking about it like Haitian Jack was a crazy nigga, but I looked up Haitian Jack,
Yeah, when you see the whole Tupac connection, that shit was crazy. Yeah.
and it sound like everything that's happening now. It sounds
Yeah.
like everything
Yeah.
that's happening now.
Really, really crazy. But yeah, I thought
I
it was
really
it's a cool
fuck-
series. Have you seen any of it? No.
Nigga, please
Yeah.
watch Hip Hop Uncovered. Like, please watch Hip Hop Uncovered.
Anyway,
Uncovered.
yeah, I just leave it like at that. But I've been watching. We can get what you've been watching because we need to get the fuck out of here. I've been stuttering too much.
Bro.
Ugh.
Yeah, I've been slurring my words and
Ugh.
shit.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
I watched Howl's Moving Castle on Studio Ghibli with my daughter. Most of the shit I've been watching on the weekends has been ranked around what I gotta watch with my child. Room on the Broom. Shout out Room on the Broom.
Hop on pop.
Hop on, yeah, fuck. But yeah, Room on the Broom, man. I watched the Patrice O'Neal documentary as we talked about earlier.
Fuck
What else
Dr.
did I
Seuss,
watch?
Man. That
Yeah.
might be the name of the pod.
Big middle fingers, nigga. Fuck Dr.
Fuck
Seuss,
Dr.
nigga.
Seuss.
I didn't watch shit.
All right, let's skip
I
it.
did.
All right.
The last shit I watched today. Today, the last shit I watched was The Invisible Man.
Yeah, let's
the
get
new
the fuck
shit
out
with
of
the
here.
ugly white bitch.
Let's get out of here, man.
All right, yeah.
What
Listening to?
Yeah, listening to. It don't even matter. I ain't been listening to
I think it was the
nothing.
ugly white bitch from 25th Hour. Shout out Patrice O'Neal. Patrice O'Neal, his last movie was 25th Hour, a Spike Lee movie, where he was the doorman, which he also had background in because he was the doorman at one of them comedy, I want to say Boston Comedy Store or
in New York. Yeah.
the Comedy Room or some shit, but he was
Boston
the doorman.
Comedy Store in New York.
But
Yeah.
he sits there and he talks with Edward Norton about him going to jail. And if you know anything about Patrice O'Neal, one of the reasons he has the same perspective that he has about relationships is because he went to jail as like an adolescent, like for
Yeah, just
a
some
statutory
crazy
rape
shit.
charge,
Yeah, but
some
don't
bullshit.
ruin the story. Let niggas find that shit.
Nigga, that's fine, bro. I feel like if you don't know about Patrice O'Neal, I'm not gonna spoil it for you about telling you about who he is, because it shadows in comparison.
Yeah,
by
but
any description I can tell.
It's not the best light to put him in.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah,
I
that's
can
why
respect
they-
that.
Yeah, just let him.
Yeah, but yo, if you research Patrice O'Neal, definitely do a deep dive because it's worth your while.
Yeah, it's definitely worth your while.
But I remember seeing the whole documentary as far as or the podcast at that point in time with Opie and Anthony, and thinking to myself, like, it makes sense why his comedy feels a certain type of way, or why it feels a certain type of void. Like, the whole reason the Black Phillip podcast came about was because Opie and Anthony were like, yo, you should do a podcast where you just talk about relationships. And then eventually it became into something that was so much bigger than their identity. Because I know who Opie and Anthony are, but them niggas aren't notable comedians. Patrice O'Neal is a legend.
Yeah,
I've heard every podcast that I fuck with listened and watch the Patrice O'Neal documentary.
Yeah, them niggas just shock jocks. But anyway, man, we gonna get the fuck out of here. I've been listening to Forever Is a Mighty Long Time. Shout out to Big Crit. I've been listening to Purple Haze. Shout out to Cameron. I've been listening to Come Home With Me. Shout out to Cameron.
Hey.
And pretty much that is about it. So I'm gonna end it like that.
All right, so Freddie Gibbs, Alfredo, Freddie Gibbs, Freddie, Cardi, Whole Lot of Red.
Oh yeah.
Karunga Ben, Mordecai. Let me see what else. Playboy Cardi, May. Diplomatic Community. Shout out to Taji for actually posting that shit in the pod.
We built this shit.
I said Diplomatic Community, Dipset Anthem, but I really mean it. I'm just gonna be honest because I felt that in my heart.
But nah, Dipset Anthem worked.
Dipset Anthem worked amazingly, but I've been listening to I Really Mean It just based off the mistake. Judas and the Black Messiah soundtrack.
I was gonna say that.
Welcome to America.
Welcome to America. Yeah, shout out to Black Thought. G Herbo joint.
And Rich Nigga Problems. Welcome to America. Rich Nigga Problems.
You actually fuck with this shit?
Everybody loves the Sunshine. Roy Ayers.
I
Who
just
Made
knew
the
you would
Sunshine?
hate that shit.
Everybody loves the Sunshine by Roy Ayers. Who Made the Sunshine? That transition is only something I could make in my mind because I look at music as such a broad spectrum. Like, it's only in the scape that I fuck with it. Like, so it may be words. I thought about it in the sense of fashion. Like, niggas used to dress in brands at a point in time when we were coming out of high school. Like, you wear an all LRG fit.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. But you wear all name brand fit and you be dressed like a mannequin. My thing was to dress in themes, and I thought about a point in time where I was like, yo, when Fresh Prince hats came out, it didn't matter what I wore. I wear a Fresh Prince hat and whatever brands I wanted in between, but I have on Jordan 5s because those things connected. And I thought about the way I organized playlists. Shout out Taji and shout out Will, my nigga Beat Medic, a.k.a. Willie Commander, for all the Hughes for Monday Blues playlists. Like, they're all themed based on how we feel and what the aesthetic is. So, yeah, man. Who Made the Sunshine was really, really intertwined with all my Roy Ayers shit because of, like, the Sunshine, the song. Torture by Spooky Mansion. Still listen to Karunga Ben, as I mentioned before. Mordecai and the other original album. I just recently closed my phone, so I can't. Hold on. As I'm in it.
This nigga won't let me get the fuck out of
August
here,
10th,
man. God damn it.
Conto,
End this
El
shit.
Mundo, and yeah, relax. Civil rights, country rap tunes. Alpha Jerk by Key. Shout out Xylophone and Fashion Week with Sunny Digital. And that's it. Shout out Decatur Trav, Decatur Zone. Shout out City in the Woods, Civil Rights. Shout out.
I'm gonna shout nobody out, man. Get the fuck
Shout
out
out,
of here, man.
shout out, don't let me expose no fuck draft, nigga. I'm do what I do. Shout out No Exposure,
cool.
and after that, we out.
All right, man. I've been trying to get the fuck out of here for hours. God damn.
You don't know how long these breaks be, nigga. The breaks be 3 hours alone.
Leave me the fuck alone, man.
It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. That's what you don't understand, nigga. We in the next day.
Gave you niggas an hour of my life. Leave me the
It's
fuck
Friday.
alone.
We gonna drop on Friday, and this shit is Friday.
Leave me the fuck alone. I'll see you niggas next week.
Yo, real shit. Y'all stay black, man. Thank you for fucking with us.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
subscribe, share.
No limit exposure, no limit exposure, no limit exposure.